preparing. Slowly preparing. Get your Facebook faces on. Okay, I think we're live. Preparing. Yay! Okay.
Slowly.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. My name is Robin Finney. I'm with Wandering Ant, and I'm so excited to be here today with three amazing women. Barb.
Hi, everyone.
Oops, I'm echoing. Sorry.
Ant, and I'm so excited.
Sorry about that. I'm new. The technology today is playing. It's fun. It's a fun game. So I'm here today with Barb Pritchard of Infinity Brand Design, April Goff Brown, who is a children's author and makes beautiful jewelry, and Allison Field, who is with Allison Field Coaching. So I wanted to come live today because next week I'm offering the next round of Intro to Oracle cards. And this is actually going to be the last live course that I'm offering. After this, I'm switching it to a digital DIY course. So I wanted to bring on some of our past students to share their experience and why the live course was so valuable and transformational for them, and really how Oracle cards supported them in not only receiving answers, but really like helping them to tune in more to their own intuition and also change up their practice with how they use cards with other people and with their clients. So we're going to dive in with that. So Barb, I'd love to start with you and just hear where you were before and kind of what piqued your interest about this course. And Barb's actually a two-timer. She's been a part of both courses before this. So
yeah, it's so much fun. So I feel like I've always been an intuitive person. But you kind of feel like you have to kind of hide that and kind of be a muted version of yourself. Right. So I stumbled across Robin. We were in a group together at another course. And she said she was running this course, and I was like, this is it. This is my chance. So the transformation is actually a lot more than I expected. It's been fantastic because not only do I feel like I can trust, I'm walking in my intuition now. I'm really leaning into it hard and heavy. Like I feel like I have got the guidance within me through these Oracle cards. I'm seeing so much growth in my business. Like I've even been able to help some of my clients by using Oracle cards. That was nothing I ever anticipated doing. So it's fun to see how things are manifesting, and just leaning into that intuition is really, really just helping me walk in my woo-woo, if you will, and fully embrace it. It's been fun.
That. And share a little bit about your business and what you do so that others can have.
Yeah. So I do brand and web design, sales page and sales funnel, and online course design, and for spiritual entrepreneurs. So I really love to bring in empathy. I'm a UX designer by trade. So I bring in empathy into everything, all across every touch point in a client's business. And this Oracle course, Intro to Oracle, has really helped me just full on go into it, 100%. In fact, it helped me really embrace not only my spiritual journey, but kind of encourage others to walk in it as well. And let me say this, the interaction with you, Robin, and then in addition to our fellow students, has been so fascinating and super wonderful, because it's such a safe space that you've created in the Facebook group and just within our little group. And it's been so wonderful to watch everybody just walk in their transformation. And it's just been super powerful. So glad to be a part of it live.
Thank you for sharing. And I'll highlight that, like, that's one of my visions is with any of my work, I consider myself an authentic connector. And what I love about this course and seeing like the aftermath is how you all been connecting with each other and supporting each other in different ways and building like beautiful relationships with one another. So that's just like a beautiful bonus with taking part in this. So I'm excited to see that. And April, share about who you are and what you do and what your experience was.
So April Goff Brown, and I, 4 years ago, left a long career in youth services and to get back in touch with my creative side. And so I knew that I loved making jewelry and wanted to work with natural stones. And the more that I was reading and researching, I just loved the idea of the energy and the messages that come from the stones. And I always knew to trust my intuition, not that I always did, but I knew that it was pretty strong. Well, and as 2021 came on, it was the first year I created a word for the year and began to really pay attention to so much more with the intention. And so I was pulling from a deck on a daily basis, but it was good, but it started to feel a little stale. And so your course came at just the perfect time for me to then understand what I wasn't doing and what I needed to do to really make it a very meaningful practice. And have found that when I pull almost every day, but when I've done some of the readings, like the new moon reading or the most recent one, when I did my full moon reading, and it was like, oh, darn, it was all this stuff that, when it got to the point of what's the secret that you're holding that you need to let go of. And I had to sit with that for quite a while until it came to, and it was such a release to let it go. So I really appreciated being able to find a way to develop my ritual, to be able to trust those messages more, understanding that it's what we know within ourselves. It's just that we need to be able to trust it more. And I've done some readings for a couple of friends, and they were spot on. And one of them, just as a real quick story, was a male friend. He's like my adopted son. And I knew he was going to be proposing to his girlfriend that week during the full moon week. And as we did the reading, the cards that came up were all about him being enough and this love and all this other stuff, to the point that I was emotional through most of the reading, trying to hold back because it was just so spot on with it. So, and I'm going to be using it in a new program that I'm going to be offering pretty soon. So it has been really helpful to just trust myself more and trust that things are going to happen when they're supposed to happen.
Yeah,
that's hard.
Beautiful. It is. It's very hard. And I love that you shared all of that and shared what your experience has been with it. And trust is a big part of it. And just honing in on that, like, it really is like you're sharing your experience about pulling a card for the person who's getting engaged. It's like, I say that oracle cards are the mirror. It's like a mirror reflecting back to us what we already know inside. So many people, it's like, and I still to this day, I've been pulling cards for years. I still am like, whoa, how does it know? But then it's like, wait, no, it's just it's a reflection. And so it's trusting, like learning to trust that.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Allison, tell us about you. Allison's my coach. And yeah, so tell us about you and what your experience has been.
Okay. So, hi everybody, I'm Allison Field, and I am an energy coach. I was trained with the IPAC formula for energy leadership, and it's a structure that's really cool that helps you identify, in real time, how your energy is showing up in your thoughts and in your feelings, and how you're showing up and the results that you're seeing in your life. And so in my work with my clients, it's sort of a spiritual evolution, if you will, and really leaning into and connecting to, your own energy to see how you're showing up and how it's either serving you or not. So I've been pulling oracle cards for years, or the last few years. And what Robin's course, I first was just initially heard about the course because I'm her coach, and I was so excited when she launched the program. And so I was in the second course, I think. And what was so really cool for me to experience was the background of Oracle cards and how they can serve you and how they can support you, rather than me just picking a card and reading it and really tuning into the card, and the messages are always spot on. It was so helpful to be in the course with other like-minded souls who were also interested in it, and connecting on that spiritual level and really tapping into our intuition. And like Robin said, trusting that the message is for us and speaks to us. And we have all of that within us. So the Oracle card gives us access to that, access and permission. And I have absolutely loved trusting that more. Like, I find myself pulling cards for myself more. Like, I'll get an intuitive hit maybe on a coaching session to pull a card. And as we learned in the class, it's important to ask permission to pull a card. And so for me, that was really poignant and really important to consider. And I love pulling cards for my clients, and I often get a hit, an intuitive hit, to pull one at a moment when clarity is needed, when guidance is needed for their soul to hear. And so what's really cool and what I really love is when I'm able to pull a card for someone and it's spot on for whatever it is that was needed at that particular moment, and leaning in and trusting my own intuition to know when the right moment is to ask, when the right moment is to introduce that into the conversation. So I love that. I love the course. I loved meeting all these lovely ladies and experiencing the course with them. And wow, you're going DIY, so everybody should do it live, because there's nothing else. I mean, I'm sure the DIY is going to be awesome, but the live course and the interaction with everyone was just lovely. It was a great experience.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And yeah, I love you each touched upon different areas that are taught throughout the course, as well as just the transformation and experience that you gained with it. And that's what I love is even with energy, I even learned through my coaching with Allison and learning about the energy index, that if we're in a level 1 in a victim mode, that's not always the best time to pull a card, because you're already in a mode of confusion and it's just going to confuse you more. And so I touch on that in the course. And so it's a very full on, you learn a lot, very in depth. And I appreciate all of you for being here. And if I want to check in, if there's anything else that you want to share or anything else there for you.
I'd like to share that, just kind of add on to what April and Allison have said too, that the connection within the group, that it's like our own little spiritual family in there. And it's been wonderful to just walk in there, or I say walk in there, but you know what I mean? Like, come into the Facebook group and on our live Zoom meetings, and just feel like these are my people. I feel at home and I don't feel judged, and I feel just wholeheartedly welcome. And I think that's absolutely a reflection of you, Robin, and again, the safe space that you provide in learning all of this. And I felt like I was a newbie trying to walk the walk, and I feel like I am empowered now to really just strut my spiritual stuff, if you will.
Yay.
Yeah, I always believed I was spiritual, and it helped me. I think it's this year and this course and the cards are really helping me tune into that so much more, that I feel it daily, not just once in a while, but just this real daily sense of calm, and it's wonderful.
Hear, hear. I agree.
Yeah. It's been fun.
Yes.
And being in the Facebook group, you get entrance into the Facebook group where we're at. Right.
Yes, you still get access. Not seniors in that way, but your graduates, our little graduates.
Right.
So
Graduate.
and I would love to say too that I I always want to support those who've been through the course as well. And so I keep the group active, and I invite past students to participate as well. And this time around, I'm offering a VIP option, which includes an Oracle deck, a pendulum made by the beautiful April Brown, and a one-on-one coaching session with me, which is super valuable. So if you're interested, use the code Oracle Magic, and that will give you $20 off the price of whether the standard or the VIP option. So register today and reach out if you have any questions. But thank you again so much, Barb, April, Allison.
What's the date for the class?
My
It
pleasure.
starts?
Yes, that's important. May 12th, 1 week from today, it starts. And it's a
Yay.
course. So
All right.
one live call per week and then access to the Facebook community.
Yay. That's awesome. And April's, oh, that's awesome. A pendulum made by April.
And we
I
learn how
love
to
it.
use pendulums in the course. So if you're not sure
Great.
what a pendulum is, then this is great place
Let's
to learn.
find out. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you
Thanks,
all.
Robin. You're
Have a
welcome.
beautiful day.
Thank you.
Yay.
You
Bye.
too.
Okay. Bye.